What's going on, YouTube? Talking Sports family. We are live in living color, if you will. Back with another episode of Talking Sports Podcast. So thanks for tuning in with us. We're just waiting on some people to get in with us right now. But as you can see, title of the video, NFL playoffs actually going on right now. So we're watching along with you guys. Right now we have the Chargers versus the Texans in a 4-5 matchup. These matchups are always closely contested. These are the best of the wild card teams, and I guess you could say the worst division winner. So these games are going to be closely contested. Right now, we got the Chargers up 6-0. Houston is at home, being the 4 seed. But as we know, Houston has kind of limped into the playoffs. They haven't looked extremely well, but just being in the AFC South, that division was very weak. So, we're excited to be here with you guys talking about the playoffs. This is our first time going live, Jeremiah, so it's quite an experience.
Yeah, glad to go live, watch some football, and talk about it. The Texans are, obviously they're battling some injuries, but I think we all had higher expectations for this team. They just haven't lived up to them.
Yeah, for sure. Battling injuries, especially on offense. Stephon Diggs going down, Tank Dell going down, both knee injuries. You just got Nico out there. So I mean it's gonna be tough. Actually going for it on 4th and 15 right now, which is kind of crazy. Okay, end of the first quarter. Okay. Chargers are up right now. I mean, if I was picking a game, picking this game beforehand, I would definitely choose the Chargers
For sure.
They're the better team in my opinion. They've kind of looked better all season.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into some of these other games. I think that's gonna be have a little bit more talking points. I don't have much for this game, to be honest. I think the Chargers will win, and we'll see if the Steelers or the Broncos win, but probably not.
Probably.
I mean, Steelers have a shot.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that game. That game is tonight, as we're live. That game is tonight on Prime. If you don't have Prime Video, this is not a sponsor or anything, but go ahead and get Prime so you can watch that game tonight. First, before we get into that, what do you think about these platforms having NFL games exclusively? Netflix had it on Christmas.
Yeah.
Prime has their game tonight. What do you think about that?
For me, it's just more of a hassle for me.
Yeah.
We're used to just turning on the TV,
Right.
putting it on ESPN, and the game being there. Times have changed, unfortunately, but it's all just a money grab. These streaming, so many different streaming companies and sites, and they want people to subscribe and watch the NFL games. So if it'll get people to watch and tune in, then they're obviously going to go for it. For me, I'm not that big of a fan of it. I think it all should just be on maybe 1 or 2, and that'll be it, instead of 3, 4, 5 different platforms. But it's times we live in, so what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, it is a money grab, and it's for both, I guess, both parties. NFL and Paramount. This game is on Paramount Plus. So
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for those who like don't have cable, I guess, and they only do streaming, because I mean that is a thing. Some people only do streaming. So, yeah, I mean I guess it's cool for them. But yeah, let's get into Ravens versus Steelers. This game is a 9-point spread for the Ravens, and we actually just saw these two teams play not too long ago. So, what are your thoughts on this game? Lamar is playing fantastic right now. He could win MVP again.
Very possible.
And the Steelers have lost 4 straight coming into this game, 5 straight. So they're not playing well at all going into this game. Is this game even going to be closely contested at all? We know they're division rivals. We know they know each other very well. And, you know, could we see an upset? We know Lamar's history in the playoffs. What will we see tonight?
I don't think upset. No, I think the Ravens are a better team than the Steelers. So, you know, even with Zay, I think Henry and Lamar are going to prove to be too much for the Steelers. And like you mentioned, the Steelers just haven't been playing well. And the last few opponents have been tough. They have.
Yeah.
But, you know, just as far as a playoff team, you know, I don't even know how many, almost 60, 65 touchdowns between Lamar and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. So I got the Ravens. I think, you know, it may be close first half, but I got the Ravens winning by a touchdown for sure.
I want to say thanks to Chago getting in with us. Thanks for getting in with us and watching it live. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, the Ravens have they won their final 4. Steelers have lost their last 4. Like you said, the opponents have been difficult. So one of them, including the Ravens. But offensively, Zay Flowers, I think he's going to be missed.
Yeah.
He's a sure-handed guy. Mm-hmm. He offers them explosive plays down the field. And honestly, it just gives the Steelers one less person to have to guard and like try to scheme against. So we know the Steelers are a defensive team. Mm-hmm. Defense is gonna have to carry them, gonna have to lead them. This game is gonna be closer than 9 points. In my opinion, I don't see it being another blowout. I don't know. I just trust Mike Tomlin and being able to coach going into this type of game.
Yeah.
The Ravens are better. I'm gonna say the Ravens win by like 7. I think it'll be close.
Yeah, I agree.
But anything else with this game?
It's just the rushing attack. I mean, you never know if Lamar's gonna run, if Henry's gonna run, if it's play action. You never really know. So I think the defense is gonna be guessing a lot for the Steelers. But yeah, I think the rushing attack of the Ravens is gonna be too much.
Yeah, they're gonna have to run.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to run.
Yeah.
Baltimore won 34-17 their last game last month. And so that was different, I guess because typically those games are tight, they're close.
Yeah.
And Lamar doesn't have a stellar record against Pittsburgh at all,
right,
by far. So the familiarity is going to be something to watch for sure. And, you know, Steelers do have some dudes on D, man. They really do. If they can stop the run, if they can stop Derrick Henry, it's going to be interesting because I don't know what it is about Lamar in the playoffs. He always has a game. Usually, his worst game is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be interesting. I still got the Ravens winning, but I think it's gonna be close to the final whistle. I think the Ravens will score late. I don't think it's gonna be like too low scoring, but I don't see it being 34-17 either like last time.
No.
The Steelers will have to score.
Yep.
I'm gonna say the score is gonna be 24-17 this game instead of 34.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that happening. Again, I think we're all rooting for Lamar to, produce and be that guy in the playoffs that, we all want him to be.
Well, I mean, I think we just want him to be the guy he's been in the regular season.
That's true.
And
that's true.
Sometimes that is difficult. Not everybody's a playoff performer.
That's right.
We gotta be honest. Like some guys just play better when there's no pressure, and we may be looking at a guy who is, just a regular season guy, and that may be unfortunate, but it could be true. Now, do I think he's gonna get one? Eventually, I think he will get one.
I hope so.
I don't know if this year is the year though.
Nah. As long as that team.
Oh yeah.
Still got the coach and the quarterback. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's very true. So let's look at the 4-5 matchup on the NFC side, and the Rams and the Vikings. Now we saw last week, end of the regular season, Lions versus Vikings. Very important game. As far as stakes go, probably and it was deemed one of the biggest games in the NFL history, just due to the stakes. Both teams were 14-2.
Mm-hmm.
Playing for the 1 seed, playing for home field advantage, and the game itself didn't meet the hype that it was met with. 31-9. The Lions won that game, and surprisingly, the Lions defense played really, really well, and that pushed them to the 1 seed, and that is the reason why we have Rams versus Vikings on Monday night. So, Jeremiah, your thoughts on this game? This is going to be an incredible game, by the way. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. Seeing what happened last week and how the Vikings lost to the Lions. Hopefully they have a chip on their shoulder and they're motivated to come out and play aggressive and play well, because it really was not a great showing against the Lions. I mean, having Jahmyr Gibbs 4 total touchdowns. Like you mentioned, the Lions defense played incredible, but this will be even. This will be a close game.
Yeah.
And I like the Rams. I think, they started off a little bit slow this season.
Kind of like last season.
And they, got in. I think Stafford has to play it better. He has to play a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
And get Cooper Kupp involved, and I feel like sometimes when he throws, he's only looking at Puka, and he's just like, is he open? If not, he's going down.
Right.
So he's got to spread the wealth, but it's going to be a tough task to beat the Vikings. Very balanced team on offense and defense.
Yep.
And you have to stop Jefferson. I think that's really the key for the Rams on defense.
Can they? Is a question. I think after last game against the Lions, and I think he's gonna want to come out and really put on the show. you know, it's important for him and his legacy, because you want to be a playoff performer. You want to be, one of those guys that produces in the playoffs. And if you're looked at as, one of the best top 2 wide receivers in the league, then you definitely want to solidify your name as one of those playoff guys. But the Rams defense has really been playing well as of late. It hasn't been the Rams offense, typically with their core that they have, the offense that they have. It's the offense, but defense has really stepped up as of late and won a lot of games.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been scoring like they really wanted to. So what we're gonna see is C.J. Stroud just threw a terrible pick. Had to be some miscommunication.
Yeah.
Between wide receiver and QB right there. This Houston offense just looks bad, and it has looked bad ever since Tank Dell went out. And Diggs. They just don't have a lot of weapons. Yeah. That really
get 2 feet. Wow,
yeah. You got 3 feet in. So yeah, that's a pick. Shout out to all our Charger fans out there. Y'all are playing well right now. Is that two turnovers? 2 or 3 turnovers?
I think that's 2. Yeah.
Still 6-0, but the defense is playing very strong in the second quarter. So again, we're live here with you guys on a Saturday afternoon, watching some NFL football, NFL playoffs. I think this is a great time to go live and just watch football with our people,
Absolutely. And, it's the best time. We've got college football playoffs going on, NFL playoffs started today. So,
yeah, this is a
lot of good football on.
Yeah, this is a great time of year for sports, great time of year for sports content as well. Speaking of sports content, thank you all for tuning in to the live. Hit the like button if you're watching the live video later on after it posts. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we're posting. 2025 is going to be a great year for us. It's been over a year since we've started this podcast. So shout out to all of you who've been with us for the whole year. We're looking for bigger and better things, 2025 and beyond. But yeah, just continuing talking about this Rams-Vikings game. This game was moved to Arizona. So because of the wildfires, and we have to acknowledge that.
It's true. Yeah, the Rams won't have home field advantage. So
yeah, I mean, it's close. It's close to California. Still, it's not too far. But the fans have to travel a little bit more, and I don't know how that's going to work out for them. But we have to just give our heart and condolences and prayers to those who lost their homes in the wildfires of Los Angeles and California. It's just a tragic scene. But sports, it typically does go on in the midst of tragedy like this. And sometimes it helps, just kind of get over it.
That's right. Get your mind off of it.
Yeah, for a little while at least. But who do you have winning this game? I think it's gonna I think this is gonna be one of the better games of the weekend.
My head says Rams, but my heart says Vikings. I think the Rams have been a little bit up and down this season. Oh, what a pick! And
Houston gets it right back with a pick.
It's a great play.
These offenses look bad.
Yeah,
and I mean these Houston has a good defense. We know that, but
Chargers do too.
Yeah, Chargers defense is pretty good too. But
I think these NFC playoff games are going to be way more high scoring than some of these AFC games.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the better defenses are on the AFC side.
Yep.
Except for the Bills, they don't have a good offense. And we'll talk about that because that could be their demise. But we'll talk about that. Bear with us.
I got Vikings. The Vikings winning this one. I don't really think it's close, unfortunately. I think the Vikings are going to pull off late in the third quarter, and I got 27-17.
Okay.
Vikings win this one.
Yeah, I just think after their loss last week to the Lions, a lot of people are going to say that, the Lions exposed something and their defense isn't as good. I like the Rams. I wouldn't be mad if either of these teams win.
True.
I like both of these teams. I'm going to go with the Vikings. They got more weapons. I think the weapon share is pretty good. If Cooper Kupp can come back along and he's been...
I don't know what happened.
I don't know if it's age or injury. He just hasn't been the same guy, but I like Jordan Addison against this team in this game. I think he's going to show up. Justin Jefferson is going to play better. Sam Darnold's going to play better. I don't think the Rams can put on that same scheme the Lions did with success. They may try. I don't see it happening though. I'm gonna go Vikings as well. I think they get back to their winning ways. Again, this is a 14-win team.
That's right.
They're winning. They won in the regular season for a reason. I don't think they're a fluke. I'm gonna go Vikings, and I think they get their rematch with the Lions.
Yeah,
I think it'll be fun.
I think so too, and I think that's what the NFL wants. I think that's what the fans want.
It's gonna be good, man.
Not to say any match fixing is going on, but I do think the Vikings will get back and get their rematch against the Lions, and that one should be better than the first time around, where it's 31-9. So
yeah,
I'm expecting big things from the Vikings coming off of last week.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're gonna get back to their defensive ways as well. Brian Flores just commanding that defense. I think he's gonna coach a masterful game against Matt Stafford. But then again, McVay, he's an offensive guy. This game is just gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
And we got Adam on saying go Pack go. Adam, thanks for getting in with us. Let's talk about the Packers now, since we got a Packers fan on. The 2 versus the 7. Now, last year we saw the Packers in this same spot.
That's right.
In the 7th seed, going against the NFC East champion Cowboys last year. Now they have their opportunity to go against the Eagles, which is a rematch of Week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Week 1 in Brazil, where the Eagles won that game. And now we're in the playoffs, 2 versus 7. Will the Packers continue their upsetting in the playoffs, or will Saquon and the Eagles be too much?
I think it's very possible. Looking at this Packers team, 11-6, good record. I think overall good season.
Mm-hmm.
Even when Jordan Love was out in the first part of the season, the team didn't struggle that much. Still got a couple wins. So, like I mentioned, the team is very balanced. On offense and defense. Now, Christian Watson, who obviously has been hurt more than he's been playing, is out.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And I don't think that'll hurt as much. I think Love is used to, not having him there.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true.
And other guys have stepped up. Jaden Reed and Romeo Dobbs and things like that. So I think they have a chance. Unfortunately, they have to stop Saquon Barkley. And I think the Packers may have a better run D than pass defense, which could benefit them. But Saquon just being the force that he's been all season, especially getting some rest in the last week of the season, not playing. So I think it's going to be tough for the Packers to stop. I got the Eagles.
I'm glad you mentioned last week with the Eagles because the Eagles had an opportunity to make history.
That's right.
But they decided not to.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason. Whose ever decision it was, that's fine.
Yep.
What do you say about having a team that has opportunity to, break a record, an NFL record that's been standing for at least 40 years, and with Saquon being 102 yards away from a record, and by the way, they're winning against the Giants, could have easily gotten that award, in my opinion. What do you say to that as far as the vibes or the emotions going into this game in the playoffs, first round?
Well, I mean, the first thing I think I would say is what a perfect story to be able to face your old team and break the rushing record in the regular season.
Right.
And for them to choose not to do that is, I think a little bit foolish. But maybe it's a better show of character. I think we associate the Eagles with being arrogant as far as the coach and the quarterback.
Yeah.
But I can understand. I can understand not risking further injury. Hurts having the concussion and wanting Saquon to be fresh going into the playoffs. I can understand it from that standpoint. But going into this game now, I mean, there can't be any excuses.
Right.
Packers, have been playing decently well, and the Eagles have as well. But Eagles, you have to come out and you have to play great and prove that was the right decision to rest last week, and hopefully you come out and show something this game.
Yeah, I'm in 100% agreement with you. I think they should have played till Saquon got the record and then took everybody out.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. That I don't know. With just being that close to the Russian record, like
right.
you may not get that opportunity again.
No, probably won't.
And running backs, they age faster than any other position on the field just because of their usage.
Right.
And we know Saquon's usage was high this season.
Yep.
Leading the league in rushing, obviously, being that close to the record. Like you said, they have to come out and honestly, I think they got to blow this team out. They have to beat the Packers handily to prove that, they made the right decision, like you said.
Right.
But the Packers have a good defense, and I like what they do on defense. The Packers have a running back of their own that came in this season, and if it wasn't for Saquon and Derrick Henry, he would have been talked about a whole lot more. But Josh Jacobs is a good back as well. Right. The Packers are going to run the ball also.
Right.
So I see this game honestly being low scoring, very quick game.
Yeah.
It's not going to be it's a lot of running, so a lot of time is going to be spent. Am I picking an upset here, guys? Can the Packers do it again? Of course, I'm not an Eagles fan by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a Cowboys fan and I'm a Chiefs fan, and both of those teams have some ties to the Eagles one way or the other. Would I love to see an upset? Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely. For the Eagles to go down, just like the Cowboys went down last season, Y'all would not hear the last of me on that.
It'd be perfect. For sure.
It would be perfect.
I will say the matchup predictor has it right at 48-51. So it's they got it going either way.
Ooh, Jalen coming back from concussion protocol. He hadn't played in 3 weeks. Yep. Give me the Packers, man. Give me the Packers. They not now. I will say this: they're not gonna blow out the Eagles like they did the Cowboys last season.
No, I don't think so.
But give me the Packers, 24-21. I'm taking the Pack. Go Pack, go.
So you and Adam gonna be.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Adam, we locked in.
I don't know. Maybe there's still some ill feelings in my heart towards the Packers organization as to why I won't pick them to win this game. But
man, that's funny.
I do genuinely think the Eagles are gonna win, mostly due to Saquon Barkley. But we'll see. I think it could go either way. It could. That would be Sunday, 4:30. So
yeah, y'all tune in. Y'all tune into that one.
See.
J-Love legacy game incoming. I mean, the Eagles defense is good.
It's true.
And surprisingly, I didn't think the Eagles defense would be good this season.
Didn't think they would be.
But they had an overhaul. Got a new defensive coordinator, obviously. So let's go to the 2-7 game on the East, on the AFC side. We got Bills versus Broncos. This is the most lopsided game as far as the spread goes.
Yep.
We got the Bills 9.5-point favorite to win it. Josh Allen, MVP candidate. It's between him and Lamar.
Yeah.
For that award. Now we did see, and I forgot to bring this up, but Lamar Jackson was the first team All-Pro QB over Josh Allen. So how does that look in your eyes as far as who you think is gonna possibly get MVP? You think that has any bearings on it at all?
The NFL confuses me with that stuff.
Yeah.
I say no. I don't think it does. Because they could be looking at it like, we'll give him All-Pro and give Josh MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
But I don't know. I mean, I feel like just going off of what the award is for, if you take Josh Allen off this team, the Bills are horrible.
Yeah.
And if you take off Lamar, they wouldn't be as good, of course, but you still have Derrick Henry. You still have a great coach. So just based off MVP, Josh has the better season. But this game is going to be very interesting.
Really? You think so?
I think so, because Denver has really surprised us.
Mm-hmm. They overachieved. I think their line expected wins was 5.5. I want to say.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
And Sean Payton really just needed his guy, I guess, and he got him.
Yeah.
Knicks. So
yep. This team is essentially the same, except for the quarterback.
That's it.
Crazy.
Broncos picked up some good wins throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a close game. I'm not gonna go upset. I want to, but I'm not. I'm not gonna go upset.
Okay.
I think the Bills are the more established team. They've been in this situation before.
Yeah, they have.
And a lot of these Broncos players are pretty inexperienced when it comes to playoff games. So I'll take the Bills. Close game.
Yeah,
24-21.
24-21. Okay. This game, I think I agree with you. I think it is going to be interesting to see because the Broncos do have a really good defense. They lead the league in sacks. We know they have PS2 on the island. against whatever wide receiver he wants to guard, and he's gonna be the better player in that matchup, regardless. You know, Nick Benito on the Bills on the Broncos defense as well. If they can get to Josh Allen and affect him and slow down his run, I think that's going to be the key for them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close, man. I just don't see a blowout here. Unless Bo Nix is just bad and, you know,
Possible.
first rookie first playoff game for him as a rookie quarterback. Unless he's just bad, then I don't see a blowout here. They can score.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is an old rookie, so you know
Yes, he is.
He's played a lot of football. So and I mean he's played a lot of important football too.
Yes.
Big bowl games and high profile games in the SEC and the again Pac-12 when he was in college.
Right.
For Oregon. So he shouldn't be too you know, spooked by the moment. Sean Payton, Super Bowl winning quarterback, is gonna prep him and prepare him as much as he possibly can, and I think he's been doing that all season.
Right.
They're conjoined at the hip, and you know they're gonna be a tandem for a good while. I don't know how to pick this game. I think
tie. OT.
Tie. I mean, it could go to OT. That would be fun.
Real quick, while you're picking, I think the other key is going to be cornerback play. You're gonna have to, from the Bills' perspective, you're gonna have to stop Sutton.
Yeah,
which is gonna be tough. From Denver, I mean, Shakir has gotten healthy on the back half of the season for the Bills. Speedy receiver, so they're gonna have to watch him as well. I think it's probably gonna be won or lost based on which cornerback for which team plays the best. So,
I mean, if that's the case, then I'm picking the Broncos on that.
I like it.
Josh Allen, his athleticism and his legs are gonna be the key for this game.
Yeah.
If he runs the ball, gets over like 60 or 70 yards and 2 or 3 touchdowns, then the Broncos don't have a shot.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out who's gonna make Josh Allen pass, and I think the Broncos have a shot to do that.
Yeah.
His running ability has been the main thing that has kind of put him over the top in his stats and in for these wins. He's been Superman for them.
That's right.
No, they did get Amari Cooper, but he hasn't done much. He literally said this season, because he had a 0 target game, and he was like, he was happy that he could go out and, you know, have a 0 target game because, you know, and of course they still won.
Right.
He's on a winning team now, and can he produce? Is he gonna be the guy? I don't know. Again, I don't know how to pick this game. The playoffs are different. The playoffs are just different, and it's all about matchups. And I'm gonna say Bills, just because Josh Allen is the quarterback and he's been playing at the MVP level. But other than that, I don't have any other reason to pick him, because Bills' defense is not good.
It's not great.
Run game, I mean, they got James Cook. He's been good this season.
Ray Davis has helped out as well.
Yeah, and Ty Johnson. So I mean, it's running back by committee there, but
I think the Bills just wear you down. Kind of similar with the Ravens. Like, you don't. Oh no. The Texans look horrible on offense right now. Oh, okay, you got a catch. It's a good play. Kind of similar with the Ravens. The Bills just wear you down running. You don't know if it's going to be Allen coming out of the backfield or play action. So
yeah,
it's going to be tough. I just feel like the Broncos are not going to be ready for for prime time, if you want to call it that, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I got the Bills.
Okay. Let's go to the 3-6 matchup. On the NFC side, Commanders and Buccaneers. This is going to be an intriguing game.
Best game for me, I think.
Really? Best game for you?
I think it's going to be
Sunday night football.
I think so.
Of course, I'm going to be watching all the games, but as far as like intrigue and like kind of level of watching, this one is going to be low for me. Well, I mean, other than Texans Chargers, but we're watching this one.
Right. Barely.
I mean, this game is going to be more offensive than Texans Chargers right now, because these teams score, they throw the ball. But as far as all the other games, I'm picking Buccaneers. By the way, I like Baker
for sure.
In this setting, he's at home. Been playing incredible football. Mike Evans, he got 1,000 yards last week.
Let's go, Mike.
Shout out Mike Evans, tying Jerry Rice's record for most 1,000 yards receiving seasons as a wide receiver. Right. First ballot Hall of Famer, man. Jerry Rice, Mike Evans. I mean, I'm picking Buccaneers. Shout out to Jaden and his rookie season. He's probably going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
He's getting the Commanders to the playoffs. Since, haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
So just getting them back to the playoffs, he's, definitely a step in the right direction for them. But I'm taking the Buccaneers. They're getting some of their defensive guys back from, being out for a good while. Whitfield and Jamel Dean, getting them back for this game. So, I'm picking Buccaneers. This is gonna be a high-scoring game. I'm gonna say like 38-27. I'm gonna say 38-27 Buccaneers for this one.
Yeah, I had it a little more. Well, maybe a little bit closer. I had 35-30.
Okay.
I got Tampa Bay as well. I like Baker. Tampa Bay's offense it's been one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah, it really has, man.
Especially for fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
So
I picked up Bucky Irving.
Man.
Got that dub. My first fantasy win, man.
Yep.
Him and Jahmyr Gibbs did it for me.
Shout out Bucky.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, shout out to him getting that 1,000-yard season. I don't know if he had possession.
Yeah. Incomplete.
Washington, I think surprised some people this year. Obviously, Jaden Daniels has been maybe the best rookie QB. Which, for the record, I knew it wasn't going to be Caleb. Just want to put that out there. But
he's still on bus watch. Caleb is still on bus watch.
I'm glad you're saying that, and I don't have to.
I'm just acknowledging the fact that you said it right here on the Talking Sports podcast.
That's right.
So for all the people who say that Caleb was gonna be this great guy. Ooh, Nico
to the team.
Okay, that was a good game for him. But nah, if there is anybody, and this is a disclaimer, if there are anybody, in years in the future that say that Caleb Williams is a bust, I want y'all to go back to our video and give my boy his props for being the first and probably only sports media presence that said it. So y'all give my boy his props on that.
Yeah, I don't want to harp on it too much, but just, as far as rookies coming out of that draft, Jaden Daniels had a great year coming out.
He won the Heisman.
Right, won the Heisman. And I'm really not sure what it was.
A lot of people don't bring that up.
Right, it don't.
Enough that he did win the Heisman.
That's right, he did.
So,
it was something about Caleb that I didn't see, as far as a QB. But who knows? Time will tell. Only first season. They had some issues with their coach and
offensive line,
stuff. Right. Yeah. So time will tell on that. But as far as this game, I think Daniels will play well.
Oh yeah.
I think, like we said, I think it's going to be high scoring, going back and forth. I could see it being a game. Last team with the ball could pull it off.
And we have seen Jaden Daniels in those last game situations.
Right.
Really,
seconds left. Yep.
Yeah, 10 seconds against the Eagles. The Hail Mary against Chicago.
That's right.
He's been in these big game situations, late game situations, and has proven to be very clutch. So, if there is a situation to where he is put there again, then he
may play out.
He can perform.
Yep.
in that situation, in that scenario. So, definitely not afraid of the moment. Being a quarterback for LSU and going against all those powerhouses,
right?
You can't be afraid of the moment. And so he's shown that this season. But it's gonna be a good game. A lot of points, probably the highest scoring of all the playoff games.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And the Bucks with Baker, being who he is, he loves the moment as well.
Oh yeah.
It is prime time. Texans finally scored. He's gonna love that moment. So, I think it's gonna be two great quarterback play from both. Hopefully Daniels can stay healthy. I mean, he's the rushing leader and passing yards leader, so he does a lot for that offense. I think it's gonna go back and forth. I got Tampa Bay.
Yep, me too. And so based on our predictions, that would have Buccaneers versus the Eagles in round 2 in the divisional round, and Vikings versus Lions. Give us your breakdown of those two games. Those are going to be two incredible games for the NFC.
I think it was, maybe 2 years ago? Bucks beat the Eagles in that wild card round. Maybe it wasn't 3 years ago, was it?
I think it was 2 years ago.
I still don't think...
No, wait. Was that last year?
Was it last year?
I think, yes, it was last year.
Yeah, it might have been last year, yeah. I still don't think the Eagles are a great matchup for the Bucks. Philly's defense has been better, but the Bucks' high-powered offense is going to be heavy for them to stop. I like the Bucks. I would take my chances there.
I would love to see a Bucks-Lions rematch in the NFC Championship game.
Absolutely.
The Bucks are one of the only two teams to beat the Lions. That would be fun. That'd be very fun to see. Vikings, depending on the Vikings or the Rams and who plays the Lions, I think those games will be good. But the Lions, they're just on a mission.
Yep.
They're on a mission. They know what happened last season. San Francisco, they're trying to get to the Super Bowl. It seems like they're destined at this point to get there. With all those defensive injuries,
right?
Still, playing the way they're playing.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, but I'm picking the Buccaneers too in that game against the Eagles. For some reason, it just seems like they have the Eagles number,
especially in the playoffs. I mean, that's what we've been seeing recently.
So. Yeah, no, I mean Saquon is going to be the factor though,
right?
Because he's the only difference, really. I mean, of course, some of the defensive players, but he's the main difference for this team, and he's been carrying them literally and figuratively all season. So who knows what's going to happen, but I like the Buccaneers in that spot. And I can see a definite, Bucks Lions NFC Championship. I can see that.
Yeah, I could.
Yep. So Ravens, it would be Ravens versus Bills.
Yep.
That's a rematch from this season.
Right.
And who did you pick? Did you pick for Texans Chargers?
I don't know if I did. I got Chargers. I
Chargers Chiefs.
definitely Chargers Chiefs. Houston could pull it out, but right now score 7-6.
Texans are up.
Texans are up by 1. I feel like Chargers are just overall a better team.
Looks like Texans defense is
Very good.
Controlling the game
Right.
so far.
I'll go Chargers. I'll lock that in. But yeah, man, Bills Ravens. That's gonna be that's gonna be better than any game the Chiefs play. I'm gonna just go ahead.
Now the first game they played this season was not a good game. The Ravens destroyed the Bills 35-10.
Yep.
And it kind of makes sense just due to the fact that the Bills defense is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that happening again. And that's what I believe is going to happen. I think it's going to be Ravens versus Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, rematch of last season.
Yep.
And of course, I'm going to go Chiefs. So I'm locking that in. Chiefs to the Super Bowl. And if I'm being real, as a Chiefs fan, the only team that I want to see is the Lions, because the Lions beat the Chiefs last season, first game of last season, with all those drops that they had. And I think that kind of spurred the Lions on.
Yeah.
It gave them the confidence that they needed to be where they are last season and this season.
Right.
They beat the Chiefs. And how many teams have done that in the past year, 2 years? Not many.
Not many.
So Lions Chiefs is what I want to see. Lions Chiefs is what I believe we will see. And I think it's going to be a battle of the best defense versus the best offense, and the best quarterback versus Jared Goff.
Best overall team, maybe?
Best player versus best overall team.
Yeah.
By the way, fun fact for you and for you, Patrick Mahomes has never beaten Jared Goff.
Really? Out of how many games did they play?
We can look it up. I think it's been 2 or 3 games. When, of course, you remember that Monday Night Football game, Rams versus Chiefs.
Right.
That was 55-52, something like that, in New Mexico. That was an incredible game.
It's 0-2.
So yeah, that's gonna be something. That's a storyline for the ages. That's what I want to see. That's my pick. Those are my Super Bowl picks, by the way. Lions versus Chiefs in a rematch of a couple years ago.
Yep. It's my picks as well.
2 best teams.
Shouldn't come as a surprise. They're both the number 1 seed. I think these have been our picks
all year
since last off season.
Yep.
If they keep,
it should have been Lions Chiefs last year.
Should have been. Yep. Yeah. And let's just say real quick, I'm glad we do not have to see the 49ers in the playoffs this season. I mean, clap it up.
That's correct. That's correct.
It's just annoying. Anyway.
No offense to my 49er fans.
Y'all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's Lions Chiefs, 100%. And like I've been saying since the last offseason, the Chiefs will 3-peat, right?
This would be the 3-peat.
This will be the 3-peat if the Chiefs win. Wow, it's a great run from CJ.
On the ball. What is going on?
Keeping him down. Oh, he's hurt.
Apparently they had timeouts.
Yeah, they did. I got Chiefs Lions, and I got the Chiefs winning. Again, shouldn't come as a surprise. I think it'll be a good game. It'll be a close game. I'm gonna have my usual Super Bowl party. We'll have it on the TV. But
Yep.
the Chiefs have been the best team in the NFL. When you aren't playing your best and you still win games. It's a great question we got in the chat. First Lady's Kitchen. How many more championships can the Chiefs win? I think the sky's the limit. I mean, I would say 5 or 6, maybe 7. I think it just depends on how long Andy Reid can keep eating cheeseburgers and keep standing up there coaching, which I think will be a few more years. And as far as Mahomes is concerned, sky's the limit. One of the most talented QBs ever, maybe the most talented QB. So yeah, I got Chiefs winning this one and probably winning the next couple. Maybe they won't go 4 or 5 in a row, but
yeah, it's so hard to win. Three. I mean, they won 2, and that typically doesn't happen. But winning 3 just seems almost impossible. Nobody's done it. It doesn't seem like the Chiefs are gonna win it just based on their season, winning all these close games, and the Lions just seeming like the team of destiny. Of course, I'm gonna be rooting for my Chiefs, but I would not be surprised at all if the Lions win. I think the Chiefs losing this Super Bowl or losing in the playoffs in general this season would spur them on to win more in the future. Yeah. I honestly believe that win or lose, I think this is Travis Kelce's last year. I think he's going to retire. Yeah. That's going to change some things. Mm-hmm. Unless the Chiefs draft Tyler Warren. Now that might be something there. We'll talk about that on our draft video coming up in a couple months.
But have the Chiefs not looked like the team of destiny? I mean, looking at the way they've won some of those games with missed field goal, block punt, I mean, whatever the case was with the way they won those games, it just seems like they're destined.
I don't see it that way. I see it as a good team that knows how to win. And yet some of it may be luck, but I still think like just the path of the Lions, like, being bad, Dan Campbell, not having not winning a game, and getting Jared Goff now and drafting Jahmyr Gibbs, and just the storyline for the Detroit Lions. That seems more destiny than the Chiefs, if that makes sense. I just think the Chiefs are extremely well coached, right, from offense to special teams, and they know how to win. And Patrick Mahomes is just the smartest quarterback. I don't know if he's the best. I just think he's the smartest, and knows how to win. His fourth quarter stats are incredible. Yep. He knows how to play, when to play, and they just have a great a scheme, I guess you could call it. Yep. But it's going to be interesting to see the first game that the Chiefs play, because it hasn't really been their offense this season. And if they come out and they put up 35, 40 points against whoever they play next, then I'm changing my. I mean, of course, I'm picking the Chiefs, but it's gonna be more like
not even close.
Yeah, it's gonna be more stern. Like, oh yeah, everybody else can go home type deal.
I'm already there.
I try to be not a neutral fan, but I try to be a realistic fan, even though I'm like a true fan of these teams. Like, I try to be realistic.
But real quick, let me say this. We've seen Josh Allen play the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yes.
We've seen Lamar play the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yes.
And we're thinking it'll be one of those teams that end up playing the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game.
Correct.
Either of them can beat them.
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs, correct. In the playoffs, and that's been the key. You know, the world was rooting for Lamar and couldn't get it done. You know, the Bills, Josh Allen can run and you know, get outside the pocket all day long. When it comes down to it, the Chiefs are better. And so, you know, based on that, I don't see why they wouldn't cruise their way to more Super Bowls in the future, regardless of Travis Kelce retiring or not. I don't think that even matters as much.
Yeah, so. I mean, you make a valid point. You tell no lies, but it's just so hard to win, and eventually the Chiefs aren't going to win. I mean, I just think that's
eventually.
Yeah. These teams are coming along. These rookies are getting better. These rookie quarterbacks are getting better. Coming in the league, just ready. You know. Yeah. So you know. They're not going to win it every year. Surprisingly, this has been their best year. They just got a really good defense too, man. Like
always.
Spagnuolo is such an amazing defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah.
And we've seen it for years, and even with the Giants, like back in those days, he just knew what he's doing, knows what he's doing, and we're getting players back on defense, like Hollywood Brown back. He's gonna be primed and ready. Pacheco, he's good. We got some rest. Travis Kelce's about to try to break Jerry Rice's playoff record for yards and touchdowns, points, and reception and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. We're motivated. We got a lot to play for. A 3-peat is huge,
right?
And you know, I'm rooting for him. It's gonna be fun to watch for sure. It is halftime for Texans versus Chargers. Texans have scored 10 straight, and they look like they're in control.
Yeah.
Just got a field goal to end it in the first half. So Texans are up. Texans versus Chiefs could be a good game.
No.
No? No. You say no. Why?
I think that would be a terrible game. The Texans, if they look this bad against the Chargers, they won't score against the Chiefs based on this offensive showing. No, you know, they may give them a run for their money in the first half, you know, like we're saying now. But no, the Chiefs are superior. This team, you know, with the injuries they have, the Texans, the Chiefs would take that one pretty easily, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably right. And who am I to denounce you on that?
The Chiefs have proven, and this is what I've said for the past 2 years, the Chiefs have proven that they're the team to beat. I'm not going to pick against them until I see someone beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
For me, it's just as simple as that.
I've said the same thing, but, you know, I just know it's going to happen eventually, so
right.
I'm just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever it's convenient for me. And that's the type of sports guy that I am. Let us know down in the comment section your picks for these games. Your Super Bowl picks as well.
Right.
That's going to be fun. We're definitely going to be in the comment section with you guys there. Follow us on Twitter at TSPJDN, where we're going to be giving up to the minute posts on these playoff games. We may be live again at some point. Yeah. So hit the notification bell so that you can see when we're going live. Shout out YouTube for just giving us the opportunity to be live for you guys. It's always fun, and it has been fun.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of your first live experience?
I enjoyed it for sure. Being able to, you know, just chat about football and make some picks. I think it's going to be a great playoff experience for NFL.
Yep.
Excited to go live again. Maybe we'll go a quick Super Bowl reaction for y'all
Yeah.
Depending on what
or a national championship live.
Oh, yeah.
That might be fun. That'd right be there.
Yeah. Ohio State versus
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. That's right.
Not the teams that I wanted to see in the national championship, but we'll save that for another video, another live. Anything else before we get out of here?
Appreciate y'all being with us all 2024. It was a great year. I think we had a lot of growth. 2025 is going to be even better, prayerfully, and excited to collaborate some more with some other YouTubers and just being in the community with you all and just talking sports. So,
Yep. Shout out Flam, shout out Air Raid Mike for having us on his podcast. If y'all didn't check out that video, we'll put that in the it'll be either up top left or top right, whichever way it goes. We'll put that video on there so you can check that out. That was a fun time.
Oh yeah.
Our first time as special guest on someone else's podcast. So
right.
And we definitely got to have Mike back on our podcast for sure. And we'll do that this year. So yeah, thanks for watching the live, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, folks. Peace. Go Chiefs.